It's said he even killed a neighbor's cow because he wanted to kill increasingly bigger animals, building up to something bigger, which is what I'm about to tell you. One day, Trey told his mom to quickly set up an appointment with his psychiatrist because he felt he was losing his mind. Sadly, it was too late. Even though deep down he didn't want to do it, something inside pushed him to commit an act against his family that meant he would never see them again. Yeshe gunned them down, starting with his mother, then his brother, and finally his father. He also killed the family pets and then completely destroyed the house before escaping until he was eventually caught by police. They found a door in the house where he had written, asterisk, asterisk. Why did I do this? I loved my mom, my dad, and my brother. God forgive me because I can't. Asterisk, asterisk. Trey was sentenced to life in prison even though he pled guilty and didn't try to deny anything. He also gave up his right to future parole, as he himself admitted he was dangerous. This was the story of how a boy was blinded by his inner demons. And don't forget to blame that so-called psychiatrist who said he was fine. So tell me, what do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more videos like this one. Hi, I'm Blitzenok, and today we're back with another horror story from the internet. Asterisk, asterisk. Today, I'm gonna tell the story of a fanatic of Japanese cartoons who turned into a complete monster. Yes, today, I'm gonna tell you the story of the crazy otaku. His real name is Trey Eric Heitman, and he was a YouTuber. I say was, because after what he did, no one ever heard from him again. He was known as Mr. Anime and was a YouTuber dedicated to anime. And yeah, of course, he wasn't into theater. He was born on the 3rd of August, 1989, in Texas, yes, another American who ended up going off the rails. He was the son of a journalist and a teacher, specifically the youngest child in the family. They say that during his childhood he wasn't anything out of the ordinary. He was a normal kid, very close to his brother, just a little shy. But that was it, nothing strange, until puberty hit, and even though the internet wasn't a big part of his life yet, he was already showing odd behavior. He wanted to make a fake police call saying someone was near his house, just to get an officer to come by his humble little home. But it was all a lie. Why? Because Eric wanted to hit the officer with a baseball bat, steal his weapon, and go to a schoolmate's house, and, well, you can guess what he planned to do with the weapon. It sure wasn't to play guitar. This alarmed both the authorities and his parents, who decided to take him to a psychiatrist to get help. It's worth emphasizing that the boy, just a kid, was only 13 years old and already had such twisted thoughts. The so-called professional psychiatrist, and I say professional with big quotation marks, said Trey was a normal boy and that he could go out freely, that he wasn't a danger to anyone. I mean, the guy wanted to knock out a cop, steal a weapon, and shoot a schoolmate, and you're telling me he's fine? Someone please take that guy's license, he has no clue what he's doing. At school, they said he was reserved, nice, but he sometimes talked about things that made others uncomfortable. Other than that, nothing more until 2006, when at 17 years old, Trey got his first PC and began watching anime. These anime shows ended up shaping his personality. He started to believe he was these characters, or that thinking and acting like them made him smarter than the average person. Yeah, a total nutcase. But he wasn't just a lazy otaku. He also loved cinema and everything related to it. That's why he equipped himself as a homemade filmmaker and began recording short films with his friends' shorts that he would later upload to the platform you're watching this video on, yes, YouTube. On his first channel, he uploaded parodies, skits, and also a few tutorials, summaries, and reviews of anime, series, and movies. Most of his shorts were funny and horror themed. They were very violent and always told stories where many people died, and the killer was always Trey. However, it wasn't the shorts that brought him the fame he craved. That came from his anime reviews. Back in 2006, watching that kind of content wasn't very common. It was considered embarrassing, so the people who were really into it usually did it secretly. But they saw Trey as someone who wasn't afraid of social prejudice, and they supported him strongly because they identified with him. Also, let's not forget that YouTube was just starting in 2006, so it wasn't the massive market it is today. Little by little, Trey gained more and more followers. He called himself Mr. Anime and increasingly focused solely on anime content. No more short films, no more movie or series reviews, no more tutorials, just anime reviews and opinions. Eventually, weapons started appearing in his videos. Not prop weapons, real ones. Then came a weird farewell to his channel in the form of a short film where he wrapped up his own body and buried it. The version of him that survived and did the burying was the new Trey who would take over the channel. It was a weird thing to explain, honestly. And after that weird video, he went back to those disturbing short films, like ones where he killed his brother's staff I already mentioned. When he turned 18, Trey moved into his deceased grandmother's house because he was tired of his parents telling him to get a job. In his grandmother's house, he invited kids his age or a bit older to do whatever they want, smoking weed and, well, you know what else with the girls. Meanwhile, he studied how weapons were made, how explosives worked, and even researched famous massacres like Columbine, planning to create his own attack. It's said that around his grandmother's house, he set up weapons and traps everywhere in case a thief broke in, and that thief would definitely regret it. He started practicing shooting in the backyard while recording himself to upload it online, and it escalated to something darker. Trey also filmed himself adopting pets like a ferret or a cat, which he later slaughtered with his weapons.